is Tuesday, January 28th, and I feel pretty good today. I'm pretty excited about today's episode. Gonna be a great one, so you're gonna want to stick around for all 30 minutes. What I'm bringing to you today, we got some jokes lined up. We're gonna talk about TikTok. We're gonna talk about television comedy, Saturday Night Live. I'm not gonna get too inside baseball with it. We're going to talk about actual baseball for a little bit. If you can hear any noises outside, it's my dogs going bananas. Shut myself off into this enclosed room, and they're just outside freaking out. So let's hope they don't bang on the door for an hour and mess up the audio of this thing. As always, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I guess TikTok at Franco's World _ There's no underscore on TikTok. And go to baseballlegendapparel.com. Use promo code Frank with a K at checkout for 10% off your final purchase. Hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve, bracelets, keychains, necklaces, stickers, what have you. Bunch of stuff on there, so you're going to want to check it out because it's pretty cool. I use this stuff. I have the stickers on my laptop. I have some of the clothes. I wear a bracelet. It's cool stuff. So even if you don't like baseball and you're into the fashion game, give it a look-see. And, All right, let's get down to brass tacks. What is going on in China? Okay, we got coronavirus going on. I don't even know the name of the city, so I'm not even going to try to name the name of the city because I'm going to botch it, and someone's going to say I'm being insensitive, but in reality, I'm just an idiot. So you have this outbreak in China, the coronavirus. Sounds like an STD that was created at like a Jimmy Buffett concert or something. Yeah, you might have seen me tweet that joke. Whatever, bro. Go to a rock concert. You're going to be like, Oh, Fleetwood Mac played Landslide. I've already heard them play Landslide before. That's dumb that they would play the same thing. Bro, read a book one time. All right, I'm going to make that joke a billion more times. Maybe not in this show, but in other places. Yeah, that's how jokes work. You see people tweet, I saw you in Cleveland, but I also saw you in Columbus. You used some of the same material, or most of it. Yeah, guy. That's what people do. So yeah, I did make the Jimmy Buffett joke on my Twitter. And guess what? I'm making it right here. Coronavirus. Sounds like an STD created at a Jimmy Buffett concert. I like Jimmy Buffett, and I've been to one of his concerts. It was electric. However, the parrot heads are a little extreme. The 60-plus-year-olds that wear floral things in the middle of Wisconsin. That's a little much for me. All right, Madison, how we doing tonight? Jimmy Buffett puts on one heck of a show. I don't think he wore shoes. He had a couple wristbands on. It was a pretty interesting vibe. But the coronavirus, it wasn't caused by eating bats. I can promise you that. Yes, bats carry this virus, but that video you saw of people eating bats, that wasn't the video. That's not patient zero. Patient zero in the States is actually, they're not revealing the person's name. That was in Seattle. There are now 5 cases in the States inside the great walls of this country. Seattle, Chicago. I think there's a place in the South that has one. It's spreading, and I don't like it. I gotta go overseas soon. I'm wearing a mask. Coronavirus, bro. People in China are just eating everything. Yes, people are going to be like, well, it's because they don't know. You're being insensitive. That's what they think. It's 2020. Maybe their government's a little strict on them, and maybe they don't get all the internet access that they should. So they might not be open to all articles of information. But I think we've reached a point in civilization where we realize, hey, rodents probably aren't great sources of nutrition. Okay, so it came from some sort of fish market in China. The disease stems from there. I guess it's some sort of virus that was on these animals, has jumped off, has now mutated. It's a mutation of some sort of flu virus, and it's messing with humans. And because humans don't have any sort of resistance to it, it's just wiping them out. I'm assuming there's been no deaths in the States. It's reached multiple countries now. You got a lot of Asian countries. I know there's some cases of it in the UK. We have it in the States. At least China's doing a good thing and, shutting down borders. But these cities are the size of like, I don't know, like Los Angeles or something. Like, these are massive cities, and they're being shut down. And I'm not going to believe anything the Chinese government tells me, because that's a corrupt government system. We think ours is bad. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The Chinese government system is not good. I think they own TikTok. I'll get to that next. So the Chinese government is saying, oh, only 50 people have died. They were really old. It's like when the flu goes around and kills people. It's like pneumonia or whatever. I'm not buying it. It's like modern day Chernobyl. They say it's 50. I'm going to say 500. They say 1,000. It's 100,000. I'm not believing these numbers. They're flubbed. They're flawed. They're not real. The numbers the Chinese government is handing out are not real. This is not a stretch of imagination here. I sound like I'm a crazy person. But think about this. Going back to how it's 2020, we've reached a point in civilization where all this information is available to us. And now the news can't trick us anymore. So, yeah, in the 1950s, Operation Northwoods, all that stuff. No, yeah, there's no way the states would take out somebody that they wanted taken out, or start a war within ourselves to go somewhere else, to deplete them of resources. I'm not making any sense at all. What I'm saying is the government has lied to us before. They'll lie to us again. Epstein, just name things. I'm just going bananas back here. I'm screaming. There's no video today. I am screaming into a corner of a room. And I'm sure the sound is bouncing off of these dry walls and echoing back, and it's going to sound ugly. Because I don't wear headphones when I wear this. You can plug headphones into the microphone, but it would make no sense. I can hear me. I mean, my hearing's not great anyway, but I can hear me. I don't need to hear me with the microphone. It's not like I have like those old school radio sounds like boing, 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 and like weird horns and things like that for emphasis, like morning radio from like the 90s. We don't do that. So the coronavirus is spreading. I got to go overseas soon. If you don't think I'm not wearing a mask, you got another thing coming, buddy. I'm wearing a mask. Like the one with the black strip on the top of it, like they wore in ER. George Clooney. Yeah. And my parents may think I'm crazy. I think my mom's crazy. She doesn't believe. She said this coronavirus is the next media hoopla. Mom, you got people on the streets of China just dropping dead. It's bad. The coronavirus is bad. We've talked about the coronavirus for 8 minutes. Let's move on then. If we're done talking about the coronavirus, I'm scared of it because I'm a hypochondriac. I'm big time. Anything that's going around, I think I got it. I'm trying to avoid people that got whatever is going around. I'm afraid of things. Big time afraid of things. Okay, TikTok. The Chinese owns TikTok, which means they own all the content that I put on TikTok. Whatever, I caved and I started posting on it, and guess what? It worked. I got a video I put on there of a joke I used to tell on the stage, and I haven't told it on the stage, but it did so well, I think I'm going to bring it back to the stage. Got like 700,000 views and stuff like that. But let's talk about the comments, shall we? I don't read them all. I read them. I read them the first couple of days, and then or the first day, and I replied to some people that said stupid things or asked stupid questions. If you ask stupid questions, you're gonna get stupid answers. And I reply to these guys and play their little games with them. And I don't understand some jokes that like young kids get, and I'm out of touch, so I need to get back into touch, I guess. I don't understand some of the lingo on there. That's fine. I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to understand everything. And the comments are all like, "Oh wow, someone didn't have friends in high school." And I'm like, "No, I was pretty well liked. It's a joke. That's what comedians do. They do these things called jokes." And then people would be like, "Yeah, stick it to them. I hated high school." It's like, it's not Revenge of the Nerds over here. I'm just making jokes. Okay, I don't care if you were cool or not cool. I'm going to keep it moving. You keep it moving. Let's have a laugh. Let's move on with our day. Don't look to me for statements. I'm not a politician. Don't look to me for statements. Look to me for jokes. Okay? We're just having fun out here. There's no need to be serious. I made a joke about some high school thing. People are in the comments, I think the comments, the best comments are the ones where women, girls will comment like, I'm in love with this guy and I don't even know who he is. I'm a crazy person. I am a literal insane person. Got a lot of anxieties built up, a lot of fears. I like rules. I like a lot of structure and rules. But I also like to do things on my own time. I think I'm just a big time narcissist. I think that's what it is. I like me. That's my favorite topic. Very narcissistic and selfish. My ego is taller than I am. My ego is bigger than I am. These are jokes. Or are they? I don't know. You got to figure it out. So people are also in the comments. My girlfriend was going through the comments. She was like, these are funny. People would comment, he low-key be cute, though. Girls will say that. Women will say that. I don't know how old these people are. He low-key be cute, though. It's like, yo, you know what? 700,000 people saw this, but low-key, he might be cute. Low-key. Just say, if you're commenting in front of a video that has 700,000 views, 700,000 plus, it's not low-key anymore, sis. It's pretty key. It's not high key because a million, if it reaches a million, and there's 7 billion people in the world, a million, that's pretty key. That's not high key. I want it to reach a million or get another video that gets a lot, because I have one video that has 175, and this one has 750 or something like that. I want a video that gets another 100,000 or something like that, just so I can say in my bio on things, over 1 million served, like I'm McDonald's. Or that song by Bon Jovi, Wanted Dead or Alive. I seen 1 million faces, and I rock them all. That's what I'm looking for, honestly. Over 1 million served, buddy. But thank you if you'd like the video on TikTok. If I got a lot of Instagram followers from it, so I'm sure some people will listen to this. And I wanted to thank you from the middle of my heart for you saw 15 seconds of me, and you thought it was a good idea to follow me on that app or on a different app or something like that. So thank you very much. It means a lot. And I think it's funny that one video has made me have more followers on that app than I have on Twitter and Instagram combined almost. Or it's pretty close. So thank you very much. Moving on into the entertainment section of today's episode, let's talk about Saturday Night Live. Let's talk about it real quick. We won't get too inside baseball because I know that turns people away. And we're going to talk about sports today. I don't really talk about sports a ton, but some news came across about baseball. And I asked you what your baseball walk-up song would be if you were a player. So it kind of goes hand in hand there. SNL, yeah. So I haven't really watched a ton of it this year. Kind of fallen off. I apologize. And I think, I've seen some clips, and it's just not really hitting home with me. And maybe here's the deal. It's very easy to hate on it. I'm going to start by saying good things. Let's start by saying good things. Weekend Update is always the best part of the show. Why? Because they poke fun at everything, and they take risks. Milquetoast comedy is not great. It's great for sponsors. It's great for keeping your job and staying on the air and appeasing, I don't know how to word it. Appeasing people that take offense to minor jokes, Milquetoast comedy. It's great for that. It's awesome. Televised comedy. Yeah, great. But Weekend Update, because Michael Che is on it. He's a real comic, and Colin Jost's pretty handsome joke writer. They take risks. They have jokes out there that they haven't practiced before, and they throw them at each other to get a genuine reaction, and I think that's part of the fun. And then, a lot of the sketches are just like Trump's bad, white guys are bad, and it's like the same thing for 20 episodes a season. The Eddie Murphy episode was good. He's a real comedian, and he made a lot of genuine jokes and got a lot of genuine reactions. So it's almost like that works. Putting on live comedy, here's the good thing. Putting on live comedy, what is it, 40 season, 40 something? For that long, weekly, incredible. The powers that be, Lorne and all the execs and everything, that's an incredibly difficult job. And the time constraint to create an hour and a half of live comedic content in sketch form for now, like in the modern era where people are creating things like that, sketches and long form jokes and stuff like that for hours, and they do it weekly and it's uncensored, going up against things like that where people can receive it at any time, it's difficult. So props to them for doing that, because that's a tough gig and it's very easy to get made fun of. And I've made fun of it and I will still make fun of it, but I will also give it praise when I think things are good. This segment about white guys being angry last week that was loud. About white guys being angry last week, not great. Making fun of the Joker that came out 4 months ago, zoinks. Just get with the times. I don't know. Delivering the news. It's like, I'm trying to think of the words. It's like they're delivering the news as opposed to like making jokes, if that makes sense. And they're wanting to be liked politically as opposed to being comedians and being court jesters. Dude, in the olden times, comedians and actors and those type of things were the lowest of the low, lower than pond scum, poking fun at society. People would look to occasionally for laughs. Now everyone, oh my God, here it is. Now everybody gets one video out there that's popular, and in their bio it says comedian. Everybody's a comedian. Everybody's got a podcast. It doesn't matter if you do formal stand-up anymore. Just get on a podcast. That's all that matters. Formal stand-up is slowly trickling away because everybody got Netflix specials, and then the bubble's about to burst. And then now all you have to do is make dancing videos or laugh at kombucha, and then you can just sell tickets because that's how it works now. And I'm trying to get on it, so props to them. I mean, I got the podcast thing, and I do my formal stand-up when I can, not as much as I'd like to. I should really not be screaming these types of things at you. I can just move on. Let's move on. Enough of the inside comedy baseball things. I'll move on. Let's see here. All right, so like I said, I asked on my Instagram story at Franco's World _ what would your song be if you were a baseball player and you were walking out? You wanted to get the crowd up. It was 2 outs in bottom of the ninth. You had the bases loaded and you were tied and you could hit the winning run in and you were up to bat. What song would you want to get the crowd bumping? It's a Friday night in New York City. You're playing for the Mets in deep Queens. And the reason I asked that, I got asked in an interview like what my song would be. I said All the Way Up by Fat Joe. I think that would get the crowd going. And then I just wanted to see what you guys would say. So let's get it popping. You guys had a lot of interesting responses. DW says, Kickstart My Heart, Motley Crue, taking that ball 500 to center field. You're absolutely right. I love Motley Crue. I love that song. The Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, the team that I was 5 seconds from last season, they would play that whenever they were down in like the ninth inning. Do you have that long like engine revving sound or whatever they use whenever they like maybe run the pick up the guitar string or whatever? I don't know how they do it, but it was interesting. JC says The Joker by Caleb Mack. I don't know what that is. MS 9 Coronas. It's like my Sharona 9 Coronas. It's funny. My sister says That's the Way It Is by Celine Dion. You're going to put the crowd to sleep. You're going to go up there and strike out instantly. At Dudank Dorito says Outbreak by Josh A. I don't know who that is. I Am Rocket Man. I mean, that'd be interesting. That's certainly an interesting song to pick, Rocket Man. I'm sure the crowd would, like, you would have to be a fan favorite to know, like, oh, Rocket Man, like, IM's up, Rocket Man. MH says Rainbow Connection, gonna make the crowd cry. I like the Rainbow Connection. Me and my girlfriend, we love the Muppets. We watch the Muppets all the time. They're funny. And then the show that they had on ABC that was shot like The Office and Modern Family, kinda, that was hilarious. It was a show about a show that was always tugging at my heartstrings. And they had a lot of adult jokes in them. It's probably because it was on ABC kind of later at night. But it was really good and only lasted one season. Bring it back. A different DW has a bunch of songs. Okay. Thunderstruck, classic. White Flag, I don't know what that is. It Takes Two. Use that music. It takes two to make a thing go right. Is it that one? Because that one's pretty hard, you know? IP says Bodies by Drowning Pool or Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit. Good God. You're going to get a random drug test from the MLB is what's going to happen. You come up to bat with Bodies, let the bodies hit the floor. They're going to think you're on steroids or something. And then I guess I'll say MJ says Magic Man 100%. And I had to look that up because I was like, what song has 100% in the name? But it doesn't. It's just Magic Man, and I'm pretty sure it's by heart, and the guitar lick at the beginning is a pretty good song to get people pumped up. So that was a good choice. The majority of your choices were decent. A handful of you made no sense to me. It was a lot of like modern rap, but like underground modern rap, so I definitely don't know what it is. Because I know some modern rap, but like underground, I'm not into underground anymore. When I was in high school, yeah, you'd catch me on datpiff.com, hot new hip hop. I'm looking for the new tracks. I'm using illegal downloads and putting them on my phone, and then I'm bumping in my Honda Civic on the way to school, and that's just the way it was. So let's talk about baseball for a second. If you don't like baseball, the show stops here. Thank you guys for listening. If you do like baseball, or you think, hey, there might be a joke I might like in the next 7 minutes, I'll stick around. The Pittsburgh Pirates have traded All-Star, Gold Glover, 2020 guy, 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases, Starling Marte. They've gotten 2 good prospects and some money for, I don't know, some sort of international pool to sign like 16-year-old Dominicans. That's good. They have a Dominican academy, probably needs some new and improved players. The Pirates, since making this trade, $43 million payroll. Opening day payroll, roughly $43 million right now. I'm sure they'll make some moves. The Yankees, at like 200 something, it's unfair. There needs to be a salary floor because the owner, Bob Nutting, who is worth $1.1 billion, won't even have a $50 million salary cap for his team. How do you expect to win? The Pittsburgh fan base is so loyal and you're killing them. Bob Nutting has said, I was told from my father and his father before him, when a Nutting owns something, they own it for life. So the Pirates, I'll tell you guys right now, if you're listening and you're a Pirates fan, jump off the Pirate ship right now. Walk the plank. I'm going to the Mets. I'm back in the New York groove. I'm a Mets fan now. The Pirates will never win anything. It's going to suck to hear. They're never going to win anything. And it's not the players' fault because the players get traded out and they do great. And the players do great there. But they know you can only do great there for so long because you're going to get traded because they're not going to pay you. And it sucks. And the players want to win. I guarantee you the players want to win. It's a great ballpark. The fans are great whenever they show up. And they show up no matter what, even though like the team stinks. It's a great ballpark. Fans are going to show up. Pittsburgh's such a loyal fan base to all their sports. Consistent winners in the Steelers and the Penguins. And the Pirates get nothing. It's the ownership. And I just got word that when they traded All-Star, Silver Slugger, Gold Glove, whatever, Corey Dickerson to the Phillies last season. It was for money, $250,000, and a player to be named later. That common all the time, a player to be named later in baseball. Well, guess what? There was no player to be named later. They traded an all-star for $250,000. Holy moly! I get it, the guy was hurt, but you couldn't do better than that? And I know the Pirates have made one of the worst trades in baseball history, and that was under a different era. There's a new GM now, new president of baseball operations now. It's a different regime, so you can't hold that anymore because it's a new regime now. And it just started, and their first move was to trade Marte. And that's not a bad move, okay, because you were going to get rid of him no matter what, and you wanted to accelerate the rebuild. But now, because you got 19-year-olds, it's like a 5-6 year rebuild as opposed to 2-3 year rebuild. No bridge year. No bridge year. It's just like, you're going to suck. New manager. I get it. The Pirates fans just deserve better. Garrett Cole, a former first-round pick of theirs, and a guy that was incredibly good whenever he was in Houston and had moments of greatness whenever he was in Pittsburgh, has signed with the Yankees, and he makes 80% of what the Pirates' payroll is in a year. That's bananas. One player makes 80% of an entire team's payroll. And he used to play for them. I sound like I'm Mad Dog Russo, sports radio guy. It just doesn't make sense to me. I know it's an unfair game, and I know it won't be changed. I get it. But you got Bob Nutting, who's sitting just on a pile of cash, making money hand and fist on this team and not giving money back to him. It's disgusting. And he'll never leave. He won't sell it. And MLB is not going to step in and make him sell it. You know that won't happen. Gosh. I don't even want to talk about it anymore, honestly. Let's go Mets. That's all I got to say. I mean, yeah, I'll check in and watch Pirates games every now and again. You know, they're still going to have a place in my heart. I was there. I was there during the bad times. I was there during the good times. I was there during the most recent bad times. I saw some electric atmospheres in that place, even when the team was doing crappy. It's just so bad. They'll never win anything. There, I said it. They'll never win anything. Let's move on. What do we got, like 2 minutes left? Yeah, that'll do it. All right. Hey, a lot of energy in this episode. Felt good. Feeling motivated. Got some good stuff. Good material I'm writing down every day. Doing my little mental reps and my sparring with myself, going through the litmus test of is this funny or not. So thank you guys for joining me on this wonderful ride, this wonderful episode of Franco's World. Tell your friends, family, cousins, the cool ones, not the lame ones, the ones that you get to sit with at Thanksgiving. Tell your bosses, your postal workers, aunties, uncles, work colleagues, the ones that you eat lunch with. Tell them about the show so it can grow. And here, I'll say this. If you would like for me to be on your show, shoot me a message. I don't care how big or small your podcast is. 1 is greater than 0. And I would love to be on your show. And we can talk about whatever you like. So, yeah, let me know. Hit me up. Instagram, FrancosWorld_. Thank you guys very much for listening. In the meantime, you keep all those questions and comments coming in because I read them all clearly. And just keep taking care of yourself because I couldn't bear to lose you. And I will see you when I see you. I hope you have a great day.